Hey everyone, Trent here. Welcome to the Fandom Zone. I was lucky enough to check out an early screening of Todd Phillips' Joker, starring Joaquin Phoenix as the titular Arthur Fleck, and damn right, this is freaking amazing. The hype is real and legitimate. It's an outstanding performance by Joaquin. He owns the role of Joker that differs from any iteration we've seen so far, but also stays true to a lot of key elements of the character. Now, going into this movie, there was a lot of concern that, it's a Joker movie. The Joker shouldn't have an origin. It should be multiple choice, ambiguous. How he got these scars, if you will. And the movie, whilst it may not allude to that straight away, it does very much feel like it is a Joker movie. It's not necessarily the origin that we want, but it's the origin that we're getting in this particular version, and it works really, really well while still keeping that aura of mystery about the Joker. Now, Todd Phillips has done a great job in building a world here. He has definitely read the source material, and you'll be able to pinpoint various elements of the comic books that are involved, particularly some modern tales like Batman Damned, particularly involving Thomas Wayne. We've got Batman White Knight involving how the Joker is portrayed, and we've got some clear references to the Dark Knight Returns and the Killing Joke, which is definitely one of the forefronts of this movie. You can easily look at how Alan Moore's work was influenced in this. Now, one of the great things about this movie, and it is the best thing by far, is Phoenix's performance. He goes above and beyond. He contorts his body. It is painful to watch. He goes over the top in some scenes, but it does fit within the character and what is shown on screen. This is someone that is at the point of breakdown. He has had a terrible life, and that's revealed throughout, and you do kind of sympathize with this character. But is this a character that is only a hero in his own mind? These are the themes that are going through, and there is definitely a Scorsese Taxi Driver vibe and the King of Comedy vibe throughout this movie. And you experience a psychological trauma. His performance makes you feel uneasy. You're unsettled, and that's backed by a fantastic score that's going on in the background, involving some really deep strings. It's like every time a string is going, a drone sound. He's contorting his body, or there's something terrible happening to him. He should be feeling a lot of pain, and in turn, you're feeling that pain as you are watching it. Joaquin just does a great job being that timid Arthur Fleck, and then his transition into the Joker, particularly after the first deaths in the movie. It's almost as if some sort of lid has been left off. He's free. He's free to be himself. Like he does a kill, and then instantaneously he goes into this kind of euphoric trance dance. And that's the only real thing I'll give away in this movie. That it doesn't really give away too much, but it's a turning point, and you get to see this develop as the movie goes, and it's really, really good. And let's just talk about that laugh. Joaquin's laugh, it's almost like he's in pain, it's in agony. It's something that's trying to escape him. He's unable to actually laugh naturally. He doesn't laugh when everyone else laughs. And you see him visibly choking on his laugh. It's as if he's trying to keep it down, but he can't. And he even has this little card that he gives to people to say, "I have a condition." But there's a line later on that makes a lot of things kind of click in your head from what we've been seeing. Does he actually have a condition, or is this just something that he's putting on? And there's just so many little things throughout this movie that are like that. Is this actually happening? Is this real? And I think that's something that's really, really good. And you'll go back and question things, but my God, that laugh. He's tortured. Oh God. And yeah, it's a very unique take on the laugh. And it's really good, especially when he embraces Joker. It's even more freaky and amazing. It's a damn good laugh. Do I think this is going to appeal to all comic book fans and the wider mainstream audience? It's definitely going to be polarizing. Some people are going to love the performance. Others are definitely going to question it and possibly dislike it. I personally loved it. I sat down afterwards and I thought about it. At first, I was contemplating what I just saw, and I reflected on it. And the more I've thought about it, the more I've loved it. The layers, the depth, the cinematography is absolutely amazing. Gotham looks dirty, grimy. It is a terrible place to live, and it's set in the 1980s, so there's very little technology going around. And it's desolate. It's grimy. It's a city that's on the brink of collapse with a upper and lower class divide that's clear, particularly with Thomas Wayne's character trying to save the city. It sticks it sticks true to a lot of comic book roots and comic book origins. So even though it may not be affiliated with the greater DC extended universe as whole, there is definitely those elements in there. Todd Phillips has done a great job directing. So the scenes where we see Joaquin in his apartment, for instance, normally we see the frame as in we're actually in the room. No, various scenes in this we see the outline of the box, which is his apartment, living with his mother. And that shows just how trapped and confined he is. It makes everything appear smaller and condensed. There's a lot of shooting through bars and fences and such that show that he is trapped in jail. And as the movie progresses, those scenes kind of dissipate as a symbol of him being free. And it's great to see all these different types of themes coming into play. There are definitely a lot of Scorsese vibes, as I said. And there are some scenes that are, longer periods where we're just focusing on Joaquin, and there's single camera, he's just wandering around his apartment dancing, and where a scene would normally cut off, it goes for a little bit longer, 30 seconds longer. It makes you feel uncomfortable watching it because he's going through some sort of contorting transition period. He's either shaking or he's got a gun up to his head or something like that, and you're thinking they're going to do a cutaway, and no, it actually plays out, and it makes you feel really uncomfortable and unnerved. Now, that being said, this is not a perfect movie. I feel the supporting cast did let the movie down, particularly young Bruce Wayne. He was terrible. And by saying let down, it's a minor gripe, because this is almost a masterpiece of movie. I freaking love it. But yeah, De Niro, he was not as great as I thought he would be as the talk show host. He served his role, he served his purpose, but Joaquin was definitely the star. A lot of the other characters were just kind of throwaway. Zazie Beetz, she was fine. She played a particular role, but she wasn't really important to the rest of the story. She serves as a stepping stone for Arthur's development and wasn't really included in the movie. Same with Arthur's mother. We learn a lot about Penny Fleck. But yeah, much more focus was put on Joaquin, that the other characters were more throwaway, which is not a problem because this is a Joker movie and you don't want to have too many characters being involved in the plot. It would detract from it. But yeah, I freaking love this movie. I could talk about it for ages. I don't want to spoil anything for anyone. I want everyone to go in and have a great time and really feel what this movie made you feel. It made me feel very, very uncomfortable. Not in the kind of way that Requiem for a Dream or Donnie Darko or any of those types of butterfly effect psychological thrillers did, but just seeing this transition and descent into madness, or in his case, could it be sanity? And is it real or is it fantasy? These are the questions that you'll be asking yourself as you go on, because there are some scenes in here that are just absolutely phenomenal. And I freaking love this movie. Like, it was great. At first, when it first finished, I thought, okay, this it was very interesting, but did I actually enjoy it as much as I did? I got thinking about it. That's why I recorded this review a few hours later. I was able to process it and I was able to reflect. I'm like, fuck yeah, this was bloody good. This was a damn good movie. Yeah, this deserves to be movie of the year. Joaquin deserves an Oscar. He's sickly. He's tiny. Like, his body is just absolutely tiny. And he goes through a lot of physical pain, but doesn't show it. Like, there was a lot of freaking quality acting in this. I love it. I hope you all do too, because this is by far the best movie DC have put out so far. And yeah, get on it, everyone. It's not going to be an 8-minute standing ovation, but it's a damn good ovation. I'm going to give this virtually 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. There we go. I'm saying I loved it. I was engrossed. I was encapsulated. It was unnerving, unsettling. Yeah. Well done, Todd Phillips. Well done, Joaquin Phoenix. We have now got a Joker that is definitely on par with the greats Cesar Romero, Jack Nicholson, and Heath Ledger. And Mark Hamill. Of course, Mark Hamill. But yeah. Anyway, I'm Trent. Let me know what you thought of the review and what you think of Joker when you see it. Follow our handles at Fandom Zone. Subscribe to the channel. Give the video a thumbs up. And yeah, tell us your thoughts. We love hearing from you. Whether you agree or disagree. Tell us what you like, what you didn't like. Hey. I like talking to everyone. Anyway, I'm Trent. Keep it nerdy.